Hello, I'm Manashri. Euphoria is back with yet another video as part of Gamefluencer's August Challenge.
Annyeonghaseyo, this is Yogita and today we'll be talking about sports in South Korea. So let me start about what are the traditional sports in South Korea and how the development has taken place throughout the years. So to start with, South Korea is usually concentrated in sports culture in the category of martial arts. And they used to have many sports like taekwondo, archery, horse riding, taekyon, seram, sobok, and chejun nori. So, coming to the last four sports that I have described, let me give you a glimpse of what each of them are. So, taekyon is a traditional Korean martial arts that has been handed down since the Three Kingdoms period, which is the Goguryeo period. It is also a complex martial art that uses both hands and feet in a smooth curved manner. Next, we have serum. Serum is a type of Korean wrestling, I could say, in which two players wear long fabric belts around their waists. And it's the same, you have to get your opponent down on the floor. And next we have sabak. It is also an ancient martial art, but in this one they use bare hand techniques only. And this term was also used in Korea to refer any fighting style that uses bare hands. And next we have Chejun Nori. Chejun Nori is basically a communal jousting that we know of, but traditionally they played it between two villages, and each team contains a group of men and a ship that they call it as Dongche. And this ship is actually two long logs tied together at the top to make an A-frame. Next, coming to the development. In the 19th century, a lot of modern sports have been introduced into the Joseon dynasty when it opened up to the rest of the world. And during this time, a lot of laws and systems were also established related to the sports culture in South Korea. And in the last century, South Korea has also played a vital role in the participation when it comes to the international arenas in the sports category. And they've also done a great job when it comes to hosting a lot of competitions. To begin with, we have the 1986 Asian Games and the 1988 Summer Olympics. Since then, it has also hosted the 2002 FIFA World Cup Korea Japan and the 2018 Pyeongchang Winter Olympics.
Well, like Yogi mentioned, Korea has been playing in international arenas of sports, and here are some noticeable and prominent sports in Korea. Well, Korea's biggest contribution to the world of sports is Taekwondo. It is a highly recognized, beautiful martial art which was developed as a combination of Taekyon and some other martial arts like karate. The goal of Taekwondo is to give as many kicks and blows to the opponent on allowed areas. You get 1 point for any kick or blow or strike on the body, and 2 for kicks to the face. And the contest area should be a 10-meter square mat. Moving on to the next one, who doesn't recognize these two heartthrobs from last year's FIFA? Cho Gu-sung and Son Heung-min. I'm sure you know what sport I'm talking about. Research suggests that 41% of South Korea's population enjoy and watch football, making it the second most popular game in the country. The K-League is the second most popular league after Japan's league. It is sponsored by many international brands like POSCO, Samsung, Hyundai, and others, making it incredibly successful. This brings us to what is the first most popular sport in Korea? Baseball. It gained popularity in Korea as early as 1980s, and around 62% of South Korea's population say baseball is their favorite game. The KBO League is one of the major leagues in Korea and has over 10 franchises. Professional baseball players in Korea earn around 1 to 2.5 billion Korean won, making it the highest paid sports industry in East Asia. The Kia Tigers is a successful team and prominent team from South Korea in international arenas, winning numerous championships in the country's 4-decade history of baseball. Basketball is yet another popular game in South Korea. It earned its recognition in 1990s when the country's youth was inclined towards the sport. Due to influx of sponsorship deals for baseball and football, the popularity of basketball is considerably less, but it's still the most followed sport in Korea. The Korean Basketball League started hosting international teams since 1997, where annually 10 teams compete in around 54 matches. Due to COVID-19, although the league got disrupted in 2020, it attracted over 641,900 spectators to 205 games. The South Korean national basketball team won over 25 championships in Asian Basketball Championship, making it the most successful team in Asia. Apart from these sports, there are many other sports that Koreans love to play and have their representations internationally, like golf, volleyball, badminton, etc. Sports has become an integral part of South Korea's modern culture, and people's performance and interest in sports has made South Korea a very enthusiastic sporting nation. Even if you don't follow South Korea's sports, you might know these famous figures like Kim Yuna, figure skater, Park Se-ri, golfer, and Park Chan-ho, the baseball pitcher, amongst many others who are famous athletes from South Korea. Also, a did you know fact here. By law, all able bodied men in South Korea must spend at least 21 months in the armed forces, a conscription system seen as crucial to the country's defense against North Korea. But for decades, top athletes have been excused from their duty if they enhance national prestige by winning medals at the Olympics or quadrennial Asian Games. This was a major debate before the enlistment of BTS in military. Many young South Koreans were questioning the fairness of the practice, calling it an outdated legacy of their country's dictatorial past. They wonder why millionaire athletes are given such privilege while countless low-paid young men have to serve. And if triumph at Asian Games counts as raising the nation's profile, what about people who do so in other walks of life, like K-pop band BTS? The first South Korean musicians to top the Billboard charts, who addressed the United Nations General Assembly in September. And a point to note that athletes are not the only ones who can win draft exemptions. They are also granted to classical and traditional musicians who win certain awards. So seems like a good rule, and if it's fair or not, it's not for me to decide. What do you think? Comment down below.
Now, let me tell you about one thing that is common in sports and entertainment in South Korea, and that is esports. And let me give you a small glimpse on that. So, South Korea is one of the biggest markets when it comes to esports in the whole world. While video game tournaments have existed since 1960s, it was this nation that stood at the foundation of esports as we know of it today. I think the nation's hunger for esports is so high, despite the tight competition from the fellow nations like China. They still continue to host major international esport events, compete in the biggest PC competitions. Notably, we do know of the League of Legends. One of the most recognizable names in League of Legends esports is the legendary player Lee Sang-hyuk, who is very well known as Faker. Well, by now, most of you know that we always talk about K-pop. So lastly, let me tell you about ISAC. ISAC is a Idol Star Athletics Championship, and this is a South Korean reality television program that features celebrities, K-pop idols, singers, and groups which compete in a lot of sports events comprising of more than 20 various sports. This show started from 2010, broadcasted by NBC. To know more about esports and ISAC, we'll leave some links in the description for you to check them out.
Now that Yogi spoke about idols and sports in one sentence, why not check out some sports themed MVs in K-pop? We have NCTU's 90s Love, which is themed around ice hockey. We have baseball theme in Pentagon's Humph and Golden Child's Damdari. Basketball theme in Icon's Rhythm Ta. We have running and track athlete theme in Luna's Love and Live. We have volleyball theme in Golden Child's Breathe. Ending the list again with NCT, we have martial arts theme in NCT 127's Kick It. Moving on to K-dramas, we have weightlifting fairy Kim Bok-chu. As the name suggests, it's themed around weightlifting and also swimming. We have badminton theme in Racket Boys and Love All Play. We have taekwondo or boxing theme in Fight for My Way and Bloodhounds. Although Bloodhounds does not feature much of boxing as a sport, there's a lot of fight and it's a action series, so do check it out. And we have the very famous 2521 themed around fencing. We're done with K-pop and K-drama, so let's move on to K-movies. A very recent movie is Dreamers, themed around football or soccer, starring Park Seo-joon and IU. We have My Annoying Brother, themed around judo. We have Punch, themed around kickboxing. And we have one more movie called Perfect Game, which is a movie from 2011 that is based around a true tale. Choi Dong-won of Lotte Giants and Sun Dong-yeol of Hathai Tigers were competing pitchers in 1980s baseball. It's a very interesting movie, do check it out. Again, these are few among many other movies or dramas or songs that are themed around sports, so if you have any recommendations, comment down below. With that, I conclude my part in today's episode. See you all in the next video. Bye!
Thank you for tuning in till the end of the episode. Thoman Mayo. Annyeong.